Good morning and welcome to Helsingborg, Sweden, overlooking the North Harbour, which was renovated over the last 20 years with new apartment buildings and a cultural centre. Kullagatan, Sweden's first ever pedestrian shopping street, is always buzzing. But the most lively place in town this week is the Olympia Rink, the host of this season's Gruyère European Curling Championships 2019. For our live coverage game this morning, we will see Czech Republic take on Sweden in the women's 7th round-robin game. And we will meet the teams. At lead, Esen Kolchevskaya. At second, Petra Vinšová. At third, Alžbeta Bojdyšová. And team skip for Czech Republic, Anna Kubešková. At lead for Sweden, Sofia Mobergs. At second, Agnes Knockenhauer. Playing third, Sara McManus. And team skip for Sweden, as always, Anna Hasselborg. So this is how the teams stack up so far. It's a clean break for Russia, Scotland, Switzerland and Sweden ahead of the Czechs, Denmark, Germany, Norway, Estonia and Latvia. Seems pretty much ready who's going to be in the playoffs yet. Just some theoretical chances for other teams. And I think everything might be pretty clear after this draw already. But there are other games out there this morning. Denmark will take on Germany, Latvia to play Scotland. Norway will look for a third win as they take on Russia. And Estonia looking to pick up a second win as they play Switzerland. I'm Sander Olvag, joined by Olympic champion Rona Howie this morning. Czech Republic with a tough task at hand as they take on Sweden here.
Yeah, a tough game this morning for them. Sweden have been very consistent so far this week. They're on a mission here.
Esen Kolchevskaya. That leads for Czech Republic. 3 games behind the top 4. Russia, Scotland, Switzerland and Sweden all sitting at 5-1 at the top of the standings. And they've only lost to each other, the top 4. There seems to be a clear 2 groups in the what is essentially the A group of the European Championship this year. Sofia Mobergs, lead for Sweden.
Yeah, it's unusual to have that split quite so early in the week. Normally it's nearer the end. As you say, the top 4 have only lost to each other.
Czech Republic not taking advantage of the free guard zone here, which is a 5-stone free guard zone. Teams will have to play 6 ends minimum. Both teams awarded 38 minutes of thinking time ahead of the game, and they are allowed to call one timeout at any given point. So bringing the play into the house here, we'll see if Sweden will just take the blank, or ever consider throwing a corner guard now that they've gotten the shot stone off the center line and behind the tee line, and that's exactly what they'll do. Honestly, a bit surprised that Czech Republic would come into the house here. This seems to be a pretty standard approach. If you have last stone, you make the hit, check to the wing, get the play away from the center line and use that 5-stone free guard zone, put up a corner.
Yeah, I'm surprised Czech didn't put up the center line guard. They've had a pre-game practice, so they know what the weight is, they know what the ice is doing.
It was Sweden to pick up the last on advantage, as both teams play 2 draws to the center of the house. Petra Vinšová Looking to come maybe half around this corner guard. Don't want to come too deep here. We'll just allow Sweden to come on top. And that's looking like a pretty good draw. You hate to be playing around the corner guard this early in an end without the last stone. It really plays into the hands of Sweden. Slight mistake here from Agnes Nockenhauer. Takes off the rock that was most helping them. No guards, Czech Republic line too. So we might see a team Sweden looking to bail in the send and get the flank after all. Ends up with a guard. Essentially a corner guard, so might be game on after all. Momentum going a bit back and forth there, especially if Nockenhauer can make a good roll. It looks pretty close here. Kind of caught in between the double and the roll on top. Still pretty good there. Does force Czech Republic to maybe group their stones. They could be sitting too buried, but the forfeit will still be open. We take a look at Alžběta Badišová at third for Czech Republic.
Really nice hit and roll.
Sana McManus looking to run the guard back here and catch at least one red in the house. Does not do that, so it is Czech Republic with a great chance here to force Sweden. Has been with Kubešková for a number of years now. Badišová, the fifth straight European Championships. The best result coming back in 2016, losing in a bronze final. That was the best ever result for Czech Republic at this championship. It's a new front end for them this week. Is there room here? Past the guards and the double on the reds. Well, you can't really give McManus too much room to work with. She will take advantage. Really makes that look easy. Not a lot of room there. You ever catch the yellow guard, you're in huge trouble too. So just the confidence in the ice read and your ability to throw it cleanly, resulting in a shot that will ease Sweden's mind a little bit here. But Anna Kubeshkova, skip of Czech Republic, still with a chance to come around the guard. Would love to force Sweden to the single point in this first end. Pretty high guard. Don't need to come too deep, but this one is well behind the tee line. So it might even be accessible to make a play on for Sweden, but they'll be drawing. See, it's almost overburied. Just seeing Czech Republic draw here. Timing Kubeshkova's draw, seeing the line, they should have a pretty good guess for weight. Won the World Junior Championship in 2010, Anna Hasselborg. Then a few years with various success until finding the right recipe, this foursome. And they have won a lot, including the Olympic Games and the European Championship last season. This one really bending. Just enough for shot stone, but might be left in that same hole. McManus came through. Will Kubeshkova dare to ever come through herself? Or just simply draw? Easier to place the rock with a draw, Rona, and especially so if you've just played the same path.
Yeah, definitely. Play the same shot twice. The shot you like to do. But you can see there how much that yellow has come out the other side of the red guard. And that's where guards need to be closer to the rings to be effective.
Get a timer on this. Let's see this spot run quicker now that two draws have come down the spot. Third one on its way. Probably looking at the high 13s, 14, 14.1. That's not going to be enough here in the first end. What is maybe a fresh spot, but still quite a couple of draws down there. Just coming up shy. Took too much weight off of the draw there after being a bit heavy with the first one. And Sweden with an early chance to score two.
Before Sarah McManus's double, Sweden were in a wee bit of trouble. And now all of a sudden, a draw for two.
Last thrown, first end, Sweden. Well, 13-9. Can they bring it far enough? Remember that red stone was 14-1, but two good sweepers on this one. Ballbag's knocking her will bring it to the forfeit. 2 points for Sweden. Momentum changed a bit throughout this first end, but 2 points on the board for the home team.
Men första i spåren är riktigt grovt då. Så känns, alltså både Fias och min tik, jag fick liksom inte ens iväg det för det var där. Nej, alltså jag tycker inte att du är skitlångt.
Sweden will get us going here in the second end of this 10-end contest. We'll see the time clocks in behind the coaches. 38 minutes per team to play 10 ends. Don't think we've seen too many teams struggle too hard. And they have that 1 minute timeout as well. It's definitely a part of the game, time management, but I think that's become easier since we moved from playing time to thinking time, because now all you need to manage is the time you're actually thinking, and not the time doesn't run as you're rock sliding down the ice, because before you might be penalized for playing a lot of draws.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a much fairer way for all teams, and all teams do manage the thinking time really well. I've not seen anybody this week even close at the end. As you say, you might be penalised for playing the drawing game, but it also would affect maybe the tactics you used during a game, because you knew you didn't have a lot of time left. So you would play a hitting end to try and bank some time. Maybe not the right thing to do for the scoreboard, but for the time clock you had to.
Yeah, all easier to manage with the thinking time, because you can essentially play an end in less than a minute. If you make the calls quick and don't spend too much of time in the hack. Rolls out here. Denmark plays Germany just next door. That's the first end, and that is Germany with the last rock here, Daniela Jentsch.
And Denmark line one, but it's fairly open. There is a chance here for Germany to score 4 with a nose hit. Just needs to miss the stones at the back. Perfectly played. Great score of 4.
That is a tough blow in the morning for Denmark. Still 9 ends to go, but that will be an uphill struggle. Czech Republic trying to utilize their corner guard here. Does come half around.
Yeah, Sweden can see half of it. So just play a hack weight tap back.
Plan B. There's the corner guard. Actually spins the shooter in for a shot stolen.
And that's the benefit with playing that weight at it. You've got that option if you do catch the guard. You roll in.
Okay.
Latvia playing Scotland on sheet B. It's even Muirhead with last stone here in the first end.
And a bit of trouble. Latvia line 4. Eve going for the run back. Misses the one on the 4-foot and spins off the back one. So a big steal of 2 for Latvia.
So Scotland also waiting for the morning coffee to kick in. And Latvia seemingly giving them some trouble early. Very good try by McManus. Does leave a double though, that's so often the case. And you only get the half roll. Elżbieta Władyszewa. Gets the inside roll instead. And that works out well. We have Wayne Middahl on the bench for Sweden, the 3-time world champion. Canadian. Just joining forces with Maria Prytz on his right. The 2014 silver medalist at the Olympics. So a bit of a powerhouse on the bench for Sweden. What kind of advice can they offer this week, Corona? Same for Karel Kubeška, Anna's father.
Yeah, you know, Wayne Middahl brings a lot to Team Helsingborg with his experience calling the game, dealing with tactical situations.
Just avoids the jam, but the red does hang on. Czech Republic with a chance to lie 2 here.
And that, you know, it's a really positive part bringing Wayne Middahl in. This team won Olympic gold, but they still want to get better. They still want to learn. So they bring somebody with his experience and knowledge to even be better.
I think these Swedes are, 100% curling, and Wayne Middahl seems to fit into that picture.
Annette Norberg won 2 golds, Olympic golds back to back. Anna Hasselberg would love to do the same.
Won a few medals at the European Championships as well. Annette Norberg. Sweden's been pretty dominant. Won 5 straight titles between 01 and 05 to make it 6 straight for Sweden, having Elisabeth Gustafsson picking up a gold in 2000 as well. In total, Swedish women have 20 gold medals at the European Championships. Coming in at second, Germany with 8. So
yep, they've certainly been very dominant. The men's and ladies' side. Sweden not totally hidden. Just the nose hit.
Estonia plays Switzerland. The Estonians with a 1-point lead after one end. Switzerland with last rock here in the second.
Estonia line 1. But this is a chance for Elina Betts to get a few on the board. Just looking for a nose hit. And no problem. Does hang on for a score of 3.
Switzerland, a team that was beaten in the final by Sweden last year, got their revenge in the World Championship final. Might see them again this year. But of course, Scotland and Russia in the mix. We'll have some exciting semi-finals, I think, and medal games as well. As we see Czech Republic not able to score a 2 back on Sweden here in the second. We'll be looking to peel this yellow. Retain last on advantage. Try again in the next end. Anna Kubeshkova. Looks pretty good here. Little hit and spill. So the score remains the same here in the Olympia rink in Helsingborg, Sweden. It is the Swedes leading by 2.
Bra spel. Bra med 0 här. Se till att jobba för varje sten.
Vilken hand vill du lira? Någon preferens? Vad gick?
Mycket bra.
Bryter ganska lugnt. Kommer ner nu, Agan. Ser ganska bra ut. Bra koll. 13-0.
Czech Republic, Sweden, here at the European Curling Championships 2019. It's a championship that dates back to 1975. First host was Megève in France. First title picked up by Scotland's Betty Law. Of course, followed by 3 straight gold medals for Sweden. As we touched on, they've picked up a few titles since then. And it's Anna Helsingborg team looking to carry on that legacy. How is it that they've been so successful? Is it because they've always had one championship team and the next, and seen how they work and what level they need to be, and then just always having someone to follow in their footsteps?
Yeah, they always just have that one strong team, as you say. You know, it's Elisabeth Gustafsson and then Annette Norberg and now Anna Hasselberg. There's just one after the other, and the younger ones, they will aspire. Mind you, younger ones, Anna Hasselberg's team's not that old. They're still young, there's a lot of years left in them.
I see Latvia, Scotland, Eve Muirhead, also one of those players who's seemed to be been around forever, but still at a very young age.
Yep. Scotland already lying 1, maybe 2. Just need to be fully on the 12 foot. Just comes up short. So it's definitely a 1. But yeah, Lauren's going for a measure.
So we will get back to you on what the score is there. 1 for sure, maybe 2, but a missed chance either way for Muirhead coming up short.
Můžeme hrát takhle jako draw. Nebo tohle, no. Tohle je možná lepší. To se mi líbí, protože oni to budou přes to střílet a budou nám to odevřít.
Maybe getting a little bit of time off of school.
Yeah, always good to get the morning out of doing schoolwork and go to a sporting event.
Super. Bude muset. Je výborný. Betty. Nemusíme, ne, jsme dál. Jede moc.
Trying to come around this guard into the 4 foot. Just slides back.
Sorry.
Does lie short though. And I think the work and training ethic has changed so much in the sport. And the youngsters are starting at an early age when they start curling, and we are seeing the age getting lower and lower all the time.
Well, in Sweden they do have a curling academy. So while at high school, they get to spend time on ice, I believe, every day. As we see the update, it was only 1 for Scotland. jam it, but rolls the shooter in behind cover.
Jag håller med, jag har inte gått iväg den. Nej, precis. Jag tänkte om det...
You see all the scores. Germany with a 4-1 lead on Denmark.
Ja.
See now Latvia 2-1 over Scotland. Russia 4 up on Norway, and Switzerland with a 2-point lead on Estonia. Those are the standings. Russia, Scotland, Switzerland and Sweden very much alone on top.
Vad är din egen känsla?
Not sure if there's a way. I'm sure there is a way for the some of the other teams to catch up, but just don't think it's very likely at this point.
Highly unlikely, but there is a possibility that one of the top teams loses their next 3 games and 1 and 2 wins their next 3 games. So the possibility is there, but as you say, a very slim possibility.
Only the top 4 teams have beaten one of the top 4 teams. Czech Republic looking to be the first team from that lower half of the standings to beat one of those mighty 4. Just rolls a bit too far. Czech Republic really need to try and get this roll in behind cover.
Man skulle vara så vilka andra håll om det går. Alltså det går vilka in, ja precis. Det borde samma fart bara vilka.
Yes, 10,5.
Det känns nästan naturligt. Ja, jag tycker också det.
Sa du? För att vi har kvar vår då? Ja, det tror jag. Det är tajt. Spela samma sak som du då. Sa du?
Gillar ni inblicken?
Vad hade vi då?
There's all the school children to support their local team.
Vad var det på min? På min? Vad hade vi på min?
Hård 11!
Vad sa du?
11.
Ja, jag fattar.
Vad var din? Vad var
10-8, du hade 11.
Ja, det var säkert här.
Ja. Det är alltså 10,5, den kändes inte stenhård den heller.
Hur vill du lira den då?
11.
Ja.
Huset mindre!
Matches that really thin.
Just enough.
10-7. Bra. 10 avstamp.
So now it's a nice nest at the back there.
And the line call is all the way to make contact. That's always a bit concerning as a sweeper. And you probably push extra hard.
Jenom váha, směry super.
Hájem víc.
Jenom rychlost, místa dost. Hodně místa.
Hájem víc.
Hodně místa.
E-line. Směrem výborný.
Směry výborný.
Jenom máš.
Tady. Pojď sem. Pojď. Stoj ho, pojď. Zaber. Celý dál.
Nice looking draw here from Kubeshkova.
Ještě.
Not totally buried, but as you said, Ron, a lot of catchers in behind.
There is a gap. You've just got to find it.
Do you want to try and chase it and then maybe jam it, leaving a full open draw for 2, or maybe come down and freeze? As they think about that, we'll have a look at Estonia. They're playing Switzerland, in a bit of trouble again here.
Yeah, so Switzerland line 2. And the one that's on the forefoot is pretty well guarded, having to come round wide. Marie Thurman needs to be in the forefoot fully. Sweeper standing off this now. It's really good effort. Just didn't curl in enough at the end. So it's a steal of 1 for Switzerland.
A 4-1 lead. Switzerland looking good for another win here. As we see Sweden talked a long time about freezing or tapping, but in the end they're going to run this guard back. We're not too surprised, are we?
No. Shot they love to play, they're so accurate at it.
Oh, tried to squeak that past the yellows, but too many catchers and caught one of them. We'll use an open hit to score 2 for Czech Republic to tie this game up.
So close to being perfect. It was a great draw round from Anna. Put the pressure on the other Anna.
Last stone, third end.
Whoa!
A skip stews for Kubeshkova. If they can hold a shooter here, they do. So 2 points on the board. We have a tied ball game after 3 ends played here in Helsingborg.
Teď to na konci dost teda, no.
Jo. Hezky to dotáčí, no. Buďme tam, čistíme to až do konce, jo? Ať to nenabere nějaký bordel. A drží to tu lineu líp pak díky tomu. Fajn, pěkný end.
plus!
Já stopa!
Dva!
Tak pojď, Betty!
Jedna plus!
Pojď, Betty! Pojď, Betty, drž ten směr, drž ten směr! Štiž.
Bude dobré, pojď.
Ještě kousek.
Za loga.
Za horu. Fajn.
Center guard in place for Czech Republic.
Pět!
Němu?
5.
Jo. 3-2 bylo.
Coming around the center guard here, Sweden.
Pět! Fajn, směr je dobrý!
4!
Tak pojď!
4 chceme tam být!
Tak pojď, Peťo, směr je výborně!
5, svělej, pojď! Určitě kruh!
Výborný!
Eshen Kolchevskaya looking to lock this right on the L, and we'll do that. Good shot. It's a little bit of a tap, but shooter stays in a nice position. A little bit heavy out of hand there, so Helsingborg calling an audible to tick off the center guard. So it opens up the center just a tiny bit. You never know if that yellow might come into play later.
No, radši 3 než 10.
This one is lost for Czech Republic all over the guard. As we take a look at Daniela Jentsch for Germany with last stone here in the third.
Yeah. Chance here to put another couple on the scoreboard. Going through the gap, off her own. And it just hangs on. So hitting roll off the winger, scores 2.
Was maybe there for 3. Caught it thinner, but they'll take their 2 and a 6-1 lead. As a lot just happened on our sheets. Agnes Knockenhauer was able to move a lot of granite everywhere.
Takže 6. To stejně co předtím.
Čekej!
5, 6, čekej. 6, 4, 4, 5.
Pevněj!
6,
Čukáme!
čukáme.
Pojďte, ještě!
Čukáme. Máme odhad, promiň.
Was looking to tap that red up. Frozen on the L, but Sits pretty well there. Those reds are lined up on the yellows. Tough for Sweden to make a play on them.
Yeah, the plant's good for Czech Republic right now.
Sweden will make the hit here. Might lose their own yellow on the button, but just needs to clear the front here. Just like that. And things look a bit more tidy for Sweden. It's not always about who's lying shot at the moment, but what can happen later. And Sweden could sense the danger.
It's always that planning ahead. The end of the end.
Ja! Ja! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Wow. Wow.
Cokoliv, Petr. Fajn.
Krásný, Betty.
Really nice hit and roll, but not a long run back for Czech Republic.
Not a long run back, but you want to try and not leave a double for Sweden as well. This one hanging wide and won't make contact with the yellow. That's a big mistake. As we head on over to Latvia, Scotland. Latvia with last stone and the 1 point lead on the Scots.
And line one, Evita Stasasasuna got a draw for two after Easierhead caught the guard. This is looking very heavy though. Needs to stop in the 8 foot. But that's just sailing through, so missed opportunity there.
Still the 2 point lead on Scotland. Sweden able to split the rings and does so very well. Leaves the yellows perfectly level. No double for Anna Kobeshkova. Best she can do here is either make a very long roll, maybe just even nose it, hope for a better angle on the next. Sweden would have to nose it back and leave a better angle, or try and roll closer to their own yellow almost.
Wow! Again!
So this one high of line as well. Maybe not figuring out that spot perfectly, the Czechs. And Sweden can place this pretty much anywhere.
Vi är inne på att den kanske bara kvalar lite mer också. Vi vet inte riktigt. 13-4 ut inte Sara på det hållet. Jag tror att det är ganska lika. Har du kickat något hårdare än du kickade sist här?
Ja. 80 typ.
Ja, jag gillar det.
Kvala mycket här. Rakt just nu. Har inte börjat bryta än. Den sliter långt just nu.
So anywhere in the house, This is sailing on.
And that is an unusual mistake from Anna Helsingborg.
Bra lirarna, du lirar den bra. 75.
Hade du 70? 80, ja.
Sweeper seemed fairly happy with the weight she threw, though. So maybe just quicker than they were expecting in that spot. That does happen sometimes. You might ask your sweepers what time to throw. You throw the speed, and you end up a bit heavy. It's always a team shot.
It is, and there was a lot of discussion with the sweepers before she threw it. So they'd agreed. But as you say, they just have cleaned up. They haven't been down that bit for a wee while.
And then always good with just some positive reinforcements from the sweepers. Even if a mistake is made, which might be helpful here for Anna Koberskova as well.
Alltså den här gick ändå
Really
likt det här.
handing each other opportunities here, the two teams. And I don't think Helsingborg can believe she'll be able to score 2 here after all, after that mistake. Just an open hit.
Free gift of 2 now.
Really can't afford to give a team like Sweden these kind of chances. It's going to be a devastating blow for Czech Republic. Thought they were out of the woods in this end after that mistake by Helsingborg, but gives them a chance after all to score their 2, and they lead it by 2 points after 4 ends here in Sweden.
För det är ingen annan som har gått så där. Nej. Alltså inte ens mina raka rätta har ju gått så där.
Nej, för den här klarade mindre än din 11.
Jag tror det. Byta par.
4. Ja. Ta lite mindre.
Där är den raka.
Så du spelar andra först.
Trycka lite löst.
Bra linjer. Nära. Bra linjer. Åke. Åke nära. Lägg nära då. Lägg nära. Gå. Det är bra.
Vi byter hela paret. Hon blir lite osäker på 4.
Ja.
Nej, bra.
Ja, för hon har dragit
Sweden gets us going here in the 5th end of this featured game between Czech Republic and Sweden. In Sweden, we're in Helsingborg for the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. Sweden looking more or less ready for the playoffs. They're looking to win as many games as they can, because just being top 4 might not be enough for Sweden. They might want that rank number 1, because what benefits can come with it.
If you're ranked number 1, you get to play ranked number 4 team in the semi-final, and 2 versus 3. So ideally, if you're number 1, you get to play a team that's got as many wins throughout the week.
Estonia with last stone here on Switzerland, trying to score a few points back.
Marie Thurman having to go for the raise. Switzerland got a couple of counters in the forefoot. Looking to raise the red up. And just splits it off. So another score of 2 for Switzerland.
Not going Estonia's way so far, trailing the Swiss by 5. Czech Republic trying to thread the needle here, and will do so. Nice draw. Top 8. Always pleasing. It is Czech Republic with blast stone here. So Sweden thinking, well, we got the shot stone and the whole center line clogged up here. Let's just throw a guard.
Yeah, Czech Republic gonna have the harder shots to play if you keep guarding that. Try and open things up here. Move 2 guards. Just remove the one.
Vill du minska pyttelite eller? Vill du minska pyttelite? Ja. Lite plogigare känsla. Kan vänta lite, den är inte samma. Lite vidare. Samma linje. Samma linje.
And with that yellow guard as well on the intern, it blocks that draw for Czech Republic. So Sweden quite happy just to keep putting up the long guard.
Really good weight control here by Knockenhauer. Play a lot of draws into the house, play a lot of hits, upweight takeouts, and then they just know how to throw the exact weight to have that just creep over the hog line. Not always that easy. Don't always play that many long guards.
That's what they'll do in practice and training.
Yeah.
Being able to adapt to the big weights, to the guard weights, to the draw weights.
Czech Republic not really getting anywhere here, peeling one rock at a time. It will be replaced.
Eller lite glatta i alla fall. Det är din. Lite längre naggan. Bra linje. En meter nu. Bra linje. Meter nu. Rör sig lite mer. Rör sig mer. Samma naggan. Meter. Bra linje. Bara putsa. Det är bra. Putsa. Bra. Härligt. Bra Lisa.
Really good stone positioning again.
Quite mechanical.
Bra, härligt.
We'll need to rattle more than one rock here. But they show up to help her team. 1, 2. Well, it does open up that red-yellow combo in the house. Really blocks off the intern though.
It does. The intern's very safe for Sweden now.
Tror du att det kommer gå rakare om vi får sopa lite, Anna? Kommer det gå rakare om vi får sopa?
Latvia, Scotland.
And Latvia played a tap back, just tapped it to the back of the house. Allows Scotland to see more than half of it. So a chance here to tap back for 3 for Eve Muirhead.
Bit of an end of missed opportunities. Both teams with mistakes, not able to capitalise, but Eve Muirhead might do that right here.
Trying to curl this across. And does make contact. Does it stay for third shot? I think it does just. Yeah. Big score of 3.
So Scotland will jump ahead in the lead now, 4-3 on Latvia.
Welcome to the game. Good shot.
Welcome to the game.
Muirhead looking a little bit frustrated this morning, but that will ease her mind a bit. Shava again here for Czech Republic. I was hoping to not only get the guard, but promote that red into the house. Catch that a bit thinner, and you just clip your own red, tap it in.
Sweden has spent a lot of time in this end guarding. Czech Republic not being able to double clear or give themselves any options.
Det känns som ett bra spår, va? Ja, det gör det. Mot en 10 nästan, tror jag. Du sa det på första.
Your second, your third and your skip are all guarding. Something's going right.
Pretty comfortable. Oh, when Czech Republic came around the guard to essentially try and freeze that yellow, they must have known that was a possibility that Sweden might just be guarding. Just the Czechs not able to make a double peel. Sweden just very accurate with their stone placement here. Perfectly on line, time and time again, and leaving them high enough to make the run back difficult.
This one's just over curled a fraction more than the last guard. Does give a very slight opening for Czech Republic to come around at just a tap back weight.
You just tap the red up for shot stone.
Yes. Because with the guard being quite long, there's plenty of time to come around once you pass it.
Very weight sensitive. If you feet too much weight here, you will not get the required curl.
Yep, they're really only needing a back 4 weight just to tap that, angle it across onto the button.
And if they don't get shot stone here, good chance Sweden might just throw another guard.
Yes.
And you have no way in. So this way, Czech Republic should be leaving 2 reds in the house, so that might bring Sweden in to make a play on either red. And it is just a few feet too heavy. Doesn't get that curl and actually sips through the house, so no danger for the Swedes. They might discard again, unless they're going to come in and sit 2.
And that was one of those shots that you want to take the guard if you're not getting the shot. Because that has done nothing to enable Czech Republic to have an option with their last stone.
Jag vill inte gå härifrån, bara undrar. Vill du gå på? Bara undrar. Va? Vill du gå den handen? Tror inte det.
Looking at playing the other hand's guard, it's more controllable.
Nej,
No, Anna says stick with that one.
Yeah, it's a front end wanting to maybe play the in-turn. They're probably not feeling too comfortable coming this wide. Haven't played this wide, so always going to be a bit of a guess. So the speed down here might be the same as in pre-game practice, for instance. Pebble hasn't really been broken down and the frost haven't really been swept away out this wide. We'll see how well it slides. Keeping the brushes down, that's for sure. And if they have to sweep this the whole way, they might kill the line as well. Just need it over, but they're not going to get there. And that was the worry for the front end.
It was, and they could really have been right up to front wing there. To block the shot.
Still does not leave an easy one for Czech Republic. Same shot. Slightly more difficult this time though. They did nudge the red just an inch deeper in behind the guard.
Yeah, it's not a good angle. The shot's there, but it's very difficult.
Or was it the yellow they nudged? Early in the morning for me. Krabeshkova wants to tap the red up. Looking a lot closer this time. And actually over curled. Needed to catch that thinner. Ended up running it back onto the yellow and lost its momentum. Didn't get there. Needed to be a bit thinner or have a bit more running on it. So Sweden steals one. They will keep their lead and extend it now as well. 5-2 after 5. Teams will head off the ice for halftime break and will be back in just a few moments. First end, Sweden with a glorious chance at scoring two. And the Helsingborg with the open draw. Put 2 points on the board. The front end does guide it in. A blank second takes us to the third. A missed run back by Sweden leaves an open hit for Anna Krabeshkova to score a 2 back and tie the game. No problem there. In the fourth end, trading mistakes, the teams. Krabeshkova missing an open hit. Rex on the guard, leaving nose hit for Sweden. They score another 2. And with a steal and 5, they lead it 5-2 on Czech Republic. Taking a look at Norway, Russia as well. been a pretty solid game for Russia so far. A couple of steals on the board, leading this game 6-2 as Alina Kovaleva has a draw to extend her lead coming into halftime. Facing three red counters here, but staying very cool. This one just pulling up in time, catches enough curl. Great draw by Kovaleva, and Russia leads that game 7-2. And elsewhere we see Germany dominating Denmark 8-1. It is a 4-3 game for Scotland as they play Latvia, and Switzerland with a 6-4 lead over Estonia.
To je relativně jednoduchý dvojce. Jo? A vede to i k tomu, že když tak tam prostě zůstane volno na to poslední draw. Že teď tam nebylo, že jo? Teď tam fakt nebylo kudy, levá strana byla zarvaná, zprava to tam nebylo, čili hráli jste to jediný, co vlastně se dalo. No, to jste mohli, no, to jste mohli, ale mohlo to dopadnout úplně blbě, že jo?
Jo, my jsme se o tom bavili, protože jsme si nemysleli, že hodinu.
No.
Still play on, right?
Yes.
You're gonna feel okay.
Yes.
Still learn something.
Yes. Yes.
Did you ever think of the tap?
Yeah, that's what I said. Didn't you see I was looking at it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking, try to keep my score up below.
We take a look at the stats here. Percentage-wise, pretty even. But Sweden certainly has the better of it so far through 5 ends with a 3-point lead, making the right shots. It will be Sweden to get us going in the 6th end as the teams now head back onto the ice. Czech Republic will be looking to claw back. The teams are back on the ice, back in action here in Helsingborg, Sweden for the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. It is Sweden to lead Czech Republic by 3. But Laston lies with the Czechs for the 6th end. I'm Sander Rovak, joined by Rona Howie. Any comments?
Yeah, some missed opportunities from Czech Republic in the first half. When they have been looking good, they've played a half shot and let Sweden back in, and Sweden have just capitalised straight away. You can't give a team like Sweden a half chance because they'll take it.
Yeah, it seems that's been the difference. Sweden has made mistakes, has given Czech Republic chances, but they haven't capitalised on Sweden's mistakes. But Sweden have certainly capitalised on Czech Republic's mistakes.
Yeah, definitely, and that's where when you're playing a team of this calibre, you have to take the chance when you get it. But Czech Republic just 3 down, 5 ends to go. Try and get their 2 back here.
Well, certainly need to take their chances when they get them. You never know, you might not get a chance again against Sweden. They might run away with it.
Chicky!
85% on the game for Eshen Kolchevskaya.
Säg kvar väldigt länge där ute. Ja.
Double corner guard.
Borde gå ganska rakt då. Jag kan gilla lite mindre.
Sweden not getting the 2 first yellows online here. Going just below her sort of an average. Knockenhauer. Lots of time to make up for that. No? Not that the percentages make a difference or mean too much. It is really the scoreboard that matters, and Sweden is in the lead. So is Scotland as they play Latvia, and I think Iveta Stasas Harsuna facing a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, Scotland lying a few in there. She has got backing though. The edge of the forefoot can come up to the Scottish counter.
They will lean up against that backing as well, score the single. It will be a tied game as the teams head into their halftime break. And Helsingborg lining up. One of Knockenhauer's knocks.
Our trademark angled run. But just the guard this time.
Just a single knock this time around for Agnes. Petra Vinchova with some steady play this morning. Makes a little bit of a hit and check.
I would like to have rolled a wee bit more over.
Tjockall! De ligger ganska jämn höjd, men...
The corner guard still there. Czech Republic to use.
Wanted to roll a bit, just gets the nose hit.
Okay. Yep.
dubbel. Nej, det rullar vi av. Delen den andra. Jag gillar nog den.
Vinner på den. Ja, jag gillar nästan den mer. Bara spela 10.
Yep, not an easy double here. So just going for the hit and roll.
Säkert 10. Nära. Ja. 0. Wow. Ja. Wow. Nej. 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 Upp. Säkert. Nej.
Gå Anna. Gå Anna. Gå. Härligt. Grymt liv.
Pretty good there.
9-6. Ja. Bra liv.
It's not so buried that Czech Republic can make the short run. but it's not so fully open that it's so easy to hit and check back. You can certainly run the risk at over curling catch in your own red here, and if you keep that in the back of your head, ooh, you could throw it a bit wide and roll
want
off.
to keep that in the back of your head.
No, you
just
don't.
think, I can see more than half the stone, play it.
Well, I feel like what happened here was, you know, the thought of catching your red, playing it a bit safe, and you do roll off. Jams it on the side as well. Sweden with a chance to lie 3. Just looking for the nose hit. Don't think they want to roll in behind cover here. Like half checked and leave a chance for Czech Republic to draw around. A couple of mistakes from Helsingborg today. Nose hit here though. Might see the Czechs come around. Or play the hit and roll.
Yeah, facing 3, but the centre's wide open. If they can get a roll behind this cover, still a chance of 2.
Yeah. Still pretty tough to make the perfect hit and roll though, and even if you do, it's a pretty short run for Helsingborg. Hanging wide. Just a nose hit, so probably see Sweden just nose this back. Leave a drop for the single for Czech Republic.
Ja.
No trouble there. Sweden line 3. It will be a draw for Anna Kubeshkova, who scored the single.
Jajamän gumman. Ska vi se om man hittar hålet här då. På det rakan är bra då. Det gör han. Chipuchi var som någon.
So, the skip stream shot. Draw the forfeit. But you are facing 3. Got plenty room.
So this one needs to get there. Sweep and sweep harder. Bring this one closer. Ooh, just close enough.
Very well swept.
That's when you thank your front end for saving you. A single point for Czech Republic. They still in this game, but Sweden with a 2-point lead and last stone here after 6 ends.
Bra omgång och bra tempo också.
Ja, bra omgång.
Ja, har vi bra tid?
Ja, har vi det. Nice. Bra. Jag kan ju bara fortsätta med det då.
Ja.
Härligt. Ta mycket tid.
Ta 2 vore nice.
Absolut. Men se till att vara riktigt noga. Ta en sekund extra packet och verkligen tänka igenom.
Yes.
Jedna. Jsme dva. Jsme 3. Jsme 3. Ale už jsme úplně v pohodě 3. Já jsem si, že jsme to přemetem. Nepřemetem.
A close call for Czech Republic with their last stone in the sixth end. Could have been game over. Pulling up a foot shorter, but sweepers do get the draw in for the single point, and just 2 points separating the teams. 4 ends to go. Just need to improve their play a tiny bit here, the Czechs, and they'll have a fair chance of picking up a win.
So Czech Republic could put out a second centre guard here, but choosing to come in. He's the one in the house.
Yeah, I think it might be worth throwing 2 centre guards here.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting late in the game. You're playing Sweden, who's very good defensively. Maybe try to force the play a bit more along the centre line. Really needed to come down there to the forfeit. As we see Russia just steamrolling through Norway this morning. Another steal of 2 in the sixth end. And it's a 9-2 final score. An early end to that game. As we see Sweden quite easily making the double peel on the guards. That's why it was so important to bring that one into the forfeit, and maybe also why 2 centre guards might have been an option, because you make one mistake and There's nothing up front helping you. Playing a hit, trying to sit on top.
Okay.
Not too bad. That top red is definitely in jail. Can I question maybe playing a hit this early in the end? Would be a pretty perfect end to get the force. I think playing the hit maybe plays into the hands of Sweden, who will be pretty happy getting a blank. Well, they'll be happy that the Czechs leave less rocks around. And just make that blank end more likely. I felt like we've seen that a few times this week. Teams just not being aggressive enough against Sweden, making life a bit too easy. And then taking a look over, we see Daniela Jentsch with last one playing Denmark. They have a 5-point lead. Could increase it here.
Yeah, just looking to come up. Sit on that back one for one. Rolls off it. Does it sit enough? Just. So a score of 1.
And the game's over. Denmark will shake hands here. Germany with a 6-point lead after 6. They've had enough. So 2 games already in the books quite early this morning. 2 6-hand games. So 3 games remains. 3 games. Nose hit.
Můžeme zahrát teoreticky stay, ale potom tady pravděpodobně něco bude už.
Máme se jít podívat, nebo ne?
Možná můžeme jenom sem.
OK.
OK. Yep.
Jo,
10.
Dobře.
Fajn.
Že 10, jo?
Yep.
First looked at the hidden roll. Not sure if you want to gather your reds at this moment. It might just be the nose hit we're seeing.
Wow, ne. To víc. On dotočí. Neberem ho. Zatím ne.
Hanging a bit wide. And Badusheva just chips off, rolls out. Sweden. Will hit and roll. I'll score a soft 2 here if they can. Try and hold the shooter. But they'll be quite happy to blank as well.
Yeah, Czech Republic really needed to leave Sweden a much harder shot here.
He's making things way too easy for Sweden. 4-4 the score as Latvia plays Scotland, and it can be a score of 4 as well.
Yep, Eve Muirhead. Tap. Got a tap back. Stones fairly open. And just get past the guard. So a big score of 4.
And that came quite close to the guard.
Good Eve.
But 4 plus 4 equals 8. And that is what Scotland now has.
That did not get back. Oh, perfect.
4-point lead after
That
6.
absolute perfect. But at first,
Taking a second
when
look.
you first let it go, it was holding.
Lauren Gray couldn't believe how close that got to the guard.
Yeah.
Well, that's why keeping Nancy after the game writes down traits and sheets.
Because you're expecting it to be the same.
That's
No,
what
exactly.
was told me before the game.
Totally.
Yeah. But it's just bullshit.
Totally.
Чисти! Whoa!
Anna Kobeshkova.
Yeah! Hard! Whoa!
Will make the double. Wasn't 100% sure if that was on the rings or not, but definitely out now, so. We'll probably get the blank end.
Ganska långt bak i bord så behöver jag inte bry mig om kantstenarna för bombningen. Hålla in surprisen.
Sweden will come into the house.
Ja, det är nog ganska bra. Ganska osopade. Kom in lite grann, men...
They don't mind bringing this one deep for 2 reasons. Never leave it shy. Czech Republic could come around. I don't think they will. But if you bring it deep in the house, Czech Republic makes the nose hit. You might have a shorter roll for the blank. Might avoid the catchers as well. Leave this high. Czechs makes the nose hit here. Could possibly jam on the back rocks, but I don't think Helsingborg will be too worried.
Můžeš klidně 10, si myslím. Okay. Čistí! Wow. Čistí! Ja! Čistím! Wow, čistí. Krásné, Ani.
Nose hit.
Super kámen. Fajn.
Plan's pretty set. Try and peel this out. There's a definite chance of jamming on the yellow, I think. You'd be really unlucky to jam it perfectly on the red, and I'm not sure if it would be in the house. Close.
The weight and the accuracy Anna Hasselberg throws should have to be very unlucky to jam it.
Eller jinxar du henne?
Nej.
Feels. Avoids the jam. Blank end. Sweden looking at another textbook win here. 2-point lead after 7.
daleko, jsme už skoro kruh. Jsme kruh.
Nejsme kruh.
4-3, to mělo být fajn.
Chci být 3.
Jo, pojď. Pojď.
Díky, dobrý odhad.
And number 8 between Czech Republic and Sweden. So a total of 3 ends to play here. Unless the Czechs can tie the game up and push it into an extra. Puts up a centre guard. Now Sweden and lead Sofia Malbergs. Looking for the tech shot. Not allowed to remove this rock from play, but we'll try and move it off the centre line, even push it onto the rings. That is a really good shot by Sofia. Because now they can make a play on the red if they want on the next one, and the shooter rolls away, leaves the centre line open.
Det är bra, härligt. Fan, jag ser ut som den kommer ner lite ändå. Det gjorde den absolut.
Větší ruka, ale byla bych tam.
1, 2, 2.
Stačí 1. Stačí 1. Já myslím, že
Myslím, že stačí čistit. 1.
Stačí čistit.
1.
Wow.
Stačí čistit, Bet, opravdu. Super, hezký jdeš.
A second centre guard up here. Pretty long one.
Det var fartmässigt. Kom ner lite där förut, men annars så är det där. Men det var ju med 3.
Sweden
Det är sant.
not playing too defensively. They'll come around the corner guard, so they'll ignore that red stone on the wing, seeing how a draw in around the corner would be shot stone.
Okej, fin linje.
And that long centre guard not really phasing them, as it's not really providing too much cover.
Agnes Sten.
So it's an interesting play. The Czechs might have expected another tick shot here, or a hit on the red. But Sweden will just come in. It's a perfect draw, so 2 excellent shots by Malbergs to start the end. And I think the Czechs will just have to put up a second guard here. Coming into the house will be of no use.
2+3.
Dobrý směr, jenom váš.
Jsme 3. Jsme sami 3. Nemůžeme. Jsme sami 3, jsme možná 4.
To nevadí.
Asi spíš 4.
To nevadí.
Jsme 3.
Krásný Pejťo.
That's a really nice guard. Perfectly on line, maximum separation. Almost impossible to make a double here without leaving the shooter on the center line. So Petra Vinchova has played a really good game this morning. Taking on Knockenauer. Looking for the peel. Maybe catch the one on the wing here. Close. Ooh.
Nearly. So close.
Just jamming it. Hard to be closer than that without making it.
Jedna plus.
Já si nemůžu ani
to dlouhý nechcete za to. 1 plus.
Přijde hrozně velký.
Nedaleko. Ale
So they're throwing a guard here, but this one a little bit heavy. Sweeper's not really sure what to do with it. And seeing how it's by itself on the red, they might have, or they should have maybe swept that one all the way past it to get some separation. But now it's a pretty straightforward double for Sweden.
That's these small errors we were talking about earlier. You can't afford to leave an easy double clear for Agnes Knockenauer.
So this end setting up pretty perfect for Sweden. With the double peel here. They've opened up the center line. They have a shot stun in behind the corner. Could have rolled away a bit more there, but still sitting nicely. Taking a look at all the scores, we have 2 finals. Germany with a win over Denmark, Russia with a win over Norway, Scotland currently leading Latvia 8-4, and it's Switzerland with a 10-4 lead on Estonia. So, a couple of blowouts this morning. We might not be too far away from a couple of more final scores out here. Unless we can have a couple of nice comebacks. Something Czech Republic will be looking for. Not trailing Sweden by too much, but certainly giving up a multiple score here would put them way behind. Sara McManus looking for the run back here. Will clip the red. Doesn't keep the yellow in the house, but loses the shooter. So again, we'll just open it up completely. Nowhere to hide.
Wow. Tohle jede hodně. Jsou kruhy, to je skoro T-line. 4, 5. 4 určitě.
And this guard is sliding on. It's going to be in the rings. Too many unforced errors here from Czech Republic today.
Not a bad game by Wadisheva, but we're running into that of Sara McManus, playing pretty solid this morning. Could be a little bit of a teaser sometimes coming into the rings. You'll see players make the nose hit rather than roll off. And a nose hit would essentially leave a guard for the Czechs to use. And you see that happen here. Attempting to try and use it. Try and force the issue. It's a bit of a trick there. You know, pretend to throw a guard, just come into the rings. Often entices players to make sure they're not on the high side and they nose hit. So if you want to throw a corner guard and get a mistake, just put it nibbling the rings. I see it time and time again, Rona. I watch a lot of curling.
Yeah, but the only thing is, if Czech Republic come round there,
oh yeah, they're risking the game, for sure.
It's not really the tactic you would want to use.
But even that's top 12. I mean, you can easily draw to the back 4 here. It'll be a pretty long run back to get one mistake. You have something. Either way, you're just going to have to force Sweden to make something else than an open hit or an open draw. Because if you keep leaving Sweden those shots, they won't make many mistakes, and there's just no way you're pulling back from this. We'll take a look over at Latvia, Scotland. The Latvians also having trouble pulling back on the Scots. Doesn't seem like they'll be scoring too big here unless there's a triple. Not sure if that's on for Iveta Stasa Sarsuna.
No, I think she's just going for the nose hit on the top one. Facing 3 Scottish counters. Needs to be on the nose and stay in the forefoot. Oh, and goes over the top, rolls away. A steal of 2 for Scotland.
I'd say the triples seem to be possibly on there. Catch it thinner.
Yeah, they could have swept that actually to even jam on the side one.
So will Latvia continue? Not sure if they will.
Thank you for the game.
No.
No, they won't. They've had enough this morning, and a third game comes to an end in this morning's session. Scotland with a 10-4 win over Latvia. They certainly troubled the Scots early in the game, but as soon as Scotland was able to wake up and play their normal game, they just ran away with it. You see Czech Republic coming up shy on the draw. Only good thing is they now have staggered guards in front, so Helsingborg is ever deep with this one. You have a great chance of coming around, potentially stealing. So really key for Sweden not to come up heavy.
Yeah, must be top tee here.
So maybe thinking about the tolerance a bit too much here. Helsingborg comes up a bit shy, and certainly better than the other option.
Yeah, it's better there than back tee.
And how they've changed the stagger here too is actually quite good for Sweden.
Yeah, they've got two options to run back now.
Yeah.
Numbers fairly close for the skips today.
Protože já ten kamerant jako nedokážu hodit tak, aby ona ho tím drag efektem nevyrazila.
Anna's missed a few shots, but she's made the most important ones.
So it's making the key shots.
Není kudy.
A
co tady ten drag efekt?
Musíš zatočit až jakoby za ty
Really not
kamery,
that
že
tempting
musíš
coming around these rocks.
A to nejde.
Jakmile budu jenom kouskem kamene
Not sure if you
zatím
have much else though.
vždycky je tam drag efekt. Vždycky to trefí.
You try and freeze the shots though. Corner freeze, get the force.
Podle mě jediný, co tam je, ten double, možná triple, ale nevím, jestli je tady.
Yeah, you could freeze the one in the wing, or you come right around to kind of back four and leave a longer run back for Anna.
Tak tohle.
It's just that how the red and yellow's lined up. It's almost an automatic if they're anywhere in behind.
Protože to bychom potřebovali. Až sem.
To myslím, že bych dokázala asi.
So in that sense, shot works out for Sweden.
Lepší než ten triple?
No tak ten
Já
triple.
si nejsem úplně jistá, jestli fakt tam ten triple je.
Pokud
Ale
tak zkusme tohle, no.
Thinking about the triple as well.
Jo. Si se podíváme ze zadu.
Always the risk though playing a triple. If it doesn't come off, it's a wide open shot for Sweden to score your 2 or 3, depending on how many they actually get here.
Nevidím nic.
Is it there, first of all?
Spíš záporně.
I mean, you can make the slash on the 2 yellows, but is there enough room to
Pojďme zkusit aspoň, aby to byl
get the
double.
yellow behind that red?
jo, protože tady ještě jako je marmeláda, že jo, o tenhle kámen.
I'm not 100% sure. You might just catch your own red first and not have enough momentum. It's a bit of a tight squeeze.
Yeah, because to catch that one thin to get the yellow beside it, you're going to go over the top of the yellow on the side. So, yeah, tricky shot, yes.
It needs to be pretty perfect. And just over curls by quite a bit. And we'll never know if that shot was there for Czech Republic. And as I mentioned, when you miss a shot like that, you're leaving it pretty open for your opponent. And with 2 counters already scoring, they can put in a third and maybe put this game to bed already here after 8 ends. Would be a pretty significant lead.
Jag gillar det här spåret. Jag tycker det känns, alltså, vi har inte varit ute på länge nu.
Någonting känns bara som jag gillar det där mer. Vill du dra? Nej, bara dra där! Ja.
Vad tror du att det är för fart här då? Så här går det, här kan du klia 0.
Ja.
Och där måste jag kicka 75.
Okej, vi gillar det.
Jag gillar
Mitten.
inte det heller.
Nej.
Kommer ändå så pass långt ut. Men har vi samma is som Fia hade, eller?
Vi har lite mer.
Yes. Alltså min curlade fint hela vägen. Jag tyckte jag satt fast den lite på linan liksom.
Ja, jag gillade hur du spelade ändå.
Ja.
Jaha, 0?
Ja, lite till. Lite till att föra. Bra.
Ger hela vägen.
Last stone, 8th end for Anna Helsingborg and Team Sweden. It's a draw. Just needing a full 12 foot.
Håll igång när ni kan inte skada den.
Looks pretty good here. Front end. Keeping it clean, bringing this one in for a score of 3. It will be an 8-5 game. And I don't think the Czech Republic are backing down quite yet. Let's go one more. Sweden looking strong.
Ja. 8-3. Lägg en bra. Lägg en bra och sen dra igen.
Hammer.
Ale museli bychom prostě těsně mít ten červený, podle mě.
No, ne, spíš jsem myslela, že kdyby se hodila double těch dvou prvních, tak jestli ten druhý.
Det är 70 på den.
Ja. 10, åh vad du får inte köra.
Jag kan köra.
Luring. 2 sekunder. Nu får du köra.
Bra linje.
Måste gå. 8, 12,
Bra
nära,
linje.
nära.
Gå, gå, gå. Ni har den.
Det är bra.
Sweden gets us started here. In the 9th end, as we see Switzerland picking up a win on Estonia. Final score 11-6. So becoming a bit more quiet in the Olympia rink this morning, as all games coming to an end except this one, Czech Republic, Sweden. And this one a bit lopsided as well. Sweden with a 5-point lead. Czechs would have wished it was only a 1-point lead.
Du har ju marginal och sticker den i egen också.
Yep, it's a tall order for Czech Republic now. The Swedish team are so good at defending a lead. And even when it's just 1 or 2. But a 5-point lead, you can't ever see this team throwing that away.
This is a call we've seen a lot more after the 5-rock rule, as you can put up 2 corner guards. So trying to take this into the house, onto their own yellow here, just like Helsingborg said she could do. So really good shot by Sofia Malbags, because now obviously they're allowed to remove that red stone because it's in the house with their next shot. So that's a shot she's been making left and right so far this week, and that's going to be potentially an important tool bringing into the playoffs. So one thing is making those shots in practice, but then you come to a championship, you need to play for a week. If you're playing a lot of close games or trailing in games, you might not be able to play that shot, and you come into the playoffs and you have no idea where to put the broom. It's just nice to be able to practice that coming in to a semi-final. Sweden certainly been front runners a lot this week, knowing how to protect a lead. Of course, they have dropped one game to Switzerland. Is there ever a problem though if you're too dominant, as you see Russia, Scotland, Switzerland on top with 6-1, Sweden now looking to join them so far ahead of the rest of the pack? Is it ever hard coming into a semi-final where you've maybe been in front in most games and then potentially you come a few points down in the semi-final and it's unfamiliar because you've been winning every game?
It is, because when you've been defending a lead all week on most of your games, then all of a sudden, but this team is so strong, they can call a good game when they're down, they know how to play it, they can come back in games, they can defend leads, they're good at the all-round game. So for a team of this calibre, no problem to them.
And of course,
sorry, I was going to, after you were saying that Sweden had already lost to Switzerland, that's going to make the top four very interesting when they've all beaten each other.
Yep.
So the draw shot could become very critical come the end of the week.
so what is the draw shot, Rona?
So two players, after their pre-game practice, will throw one clockwise, one anti-clockwise draw, and all players play it throughout the week. It's not just certain players in the team. So that's a cumulative scoring for distance to the button, and the two worst ones are removed and the rest are added up, and the team with the lowest number would be ranked then number one if they've all beaten each other. Unless there's one team who have clearly beaten the other three, then they would be ranked above. If not, it would go to the draw shot challenge.
And of course, as we mentioned earlier, if you're ranked number one, you will play ranked number four. Supposedly a weaker team. It's not always the case, but the other good part about being ranked one is you have the choice of getting last on advantage in the semi-final, and that could be crucial. When you have two good teams playing an important game like that, could be the deciding factor.
Good, and Russia, they've got quite a tough run in. They've still got Scotland and Sweden to play.
Yep, things can change for sure. Just taking a look at the draw shot challenge. As of now, it's pretty close between Switzerland and Sweden on top. And just a little bit further behind, we find Russia. But Scotland down in 6th place. So Sweden and Switzerland at the moment, seemingly the teams that might come out on top in the draw shot challenge. Just about half a centimetre on average behind Switzerland, Sweden, so that could change in the next couple of games. Might not come into play at all.
It might not, but
could also come in play not only for the playoff teams, but the teams at the bottom of the standings in terms of qualifying for the World Championship or staying up in the A group.
it is. The draw shot now is such a huge part to a team's success. Not only is it giving you the hammer for the game, it also means it could help you later on in the week.
Czech Republic, they're currently 9th in the draw shot challenge. Not really helping them, only ahead of Norway. The
top 7 teams will go to the World Women's Championship. Teams ranked 8th and 9th will get to play at the World Qualification event in Finland in January. And qualifying for the Worlds means Olympic points from the World Championship. So every team is wanting those Olympic points qualify for Beijing 2022.
This one looking heavy from Berdisheva all the way through the rings. And again, that's just been the story, not really putting any pressure on Sweden, making simple mistakes.
Kan de köpa med 9 där också? Gör det? Ja. Säker 9 va? Vill du ha kant då eller? Ja, jag tror det. Eller lite mer till och med? Nej, kant räcker. Ja. Spela lite hårdare 9, 8,5. Ja. Wow. Wow. Helt upp. Vänta. Rent. Ja. Bra. Ligger bra. Ligger bra. Gärna. Gärna. Härligt.
Sweden sets 2.
Japp. Rempiet. Ja.
Mám pocit, že to je stejně jak na ten střed s těma tvojima. Jako 13, podobně ty kamery.
Feels like you're playing a final when you're out there by yourself. Can you hear a pin drop? Definitely a bit different when everyone's just watching you and not 4 other games. One last attempt here to set up for a score of 2. Coming up shy though, Anna Koberskova. Just in for 3rd shot, I think, so Sweden probably just going to draw in or just peel the red.
Probably just draw in lie 3.
Yeah, after line 2, just come in.
Tror du mitt 8?
Yeah, just make the draw a wee bit more difficult for Czech Republic. Put it in the centre line. Just in top of the 8 foot, block the draw.
Alltså vi stod på det Fias långt, den var ganska lös.
Det här nu ska vi över linan lite tror jag.
Men de
And they'd be more than happy to force one here.
Jag tycker att spåret är lite som din första här, så du kicka lite till va?
Ja, min första.
Hitåt? Ja. Alltså den utifrån och in?
Ja. Känns löst för mig. Känns löst för mig. De kalar väldigt mycket den här. Känns löst för mig. Kalar väldigt mycket. Håll den Fia.
This one really curling on them. Can they bring it far enough? 14-8? I don't think so. Both of a bit shy. Helsingborg not seeming maybe 100% focused this morning. Then again, she hasn't been asked the question a lot, and the mistake she's made hasn't really put Sweden. Yeah, it hasn't really cost them. So you know, it's hard to stay competitive when seemingly making mistakes doesn't really make a difference in the game. Her team's played well. She hasn't really been having to do too much today to win it. I think we'll see a Helsingborg a lot more sharper and a closer game when she's left a few more tougher shots. Getting just a bit complacent maybe, and will allow the chance for Czech Republic to draw in and score their single. Anna Koberskova with a good draw here to the forfeit, single point, but that will not be enough. This game is over, and so is the the entire session. All games coming to an early end. Sweden will join Russia, Scotland and Switzerland with 6 wins. So really only playing for the ranking now in the round robin. Another textbook win for Sweden. Not their best game, but they didn't have to play their best this morning. Couple of supporters in for Czech Republic. Always nice. With support. When you win, when you lose. Czechs have a few important games left to play. Switzerland tonight, and then Denmark tomorrow afternoon. There we see the scoreline. Sweden never really threatened. Sixth end, Sweden lying 2. Anna Kubeshkova drawing for the single. A bit shy of weight, but a great sweep from end to end to make it count for the single. Czech Republic stays in the game. In the 8th end though, a triple not made by Kubeshkova, leaving a draw to score 3 and take a strong hold on this game. Team Sweden. Draw is made, 3 points on the board. Will carry a 5-point lead into the 9th end. And in the 9th end, Kubeshkova drawing for the single point. Would not be enough to go one more. Sweden wins 8-4. There we see all the scores in the session this morning. Round robin 7th game. Germany with a win over Denmark. Scotland beating Latvia. Russia to win over Norway 9-2. Switzerland with an 11-6 win over Estonia. So no games making it past 9 ends. The ice makers a little bit of extra time to get prepared for this afternoon's draw when the men come out to play.
Congratulations, Anna. You're very effective today with last stone, scoring multiples. Is that something you're very disciplined about?
Yeah, for sure. We tried to keep the middle open and keeps our rocks in play, and it worked. So that was good.
And you've qualified for the playoffs. How important is it now to get as high up the rankings as you can?
For sure, very important. We play about hammer and rock color and all sorts of things that is very important. So yeah, and we have to continue to play well and learn more about the ice. As you see, it's we're not making. We need to make more shots. So yes, we will learn and climb.
And the draw shot challenge, it's becoming more and more important for obviously last stone and ranking come the end of the week. Is that something you build into your training a lot?
Yes, we think about it a lot, and it's important to get good paths to draw to the tee. And yeah, it's very important now the last couple of games.
Well, congratulations today. Thank you.
Sweden with another routine win en route to playoffs. Thank you for watching the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. See you again soon.